And then we have our milk thistle, also called St. Mary's thistle. The part you use are the seeds, although all parts of most thistles are edible and they are used as what we call a pot herb, which basically means you throw in a pot, you add water, you simmer, and then you eat the greens out of it. But for milk thistle, generally people just use the seeds. It is a nutritive tonic, has a very special action of being hepatoprotective, which means it will actually regenerate liver cells that have been damaged from cirrhosis or any sort of toxicity that might have occurred from chemical toxicity, environmental. If you continue to drink, it's not going to continue to strengthen the liver cells. But let's say you have stopped drinking and you want to regenerate liver cells, then Psyllium or milk thistle works great. It is a demulcent, and that's why it's nutritive, because it really moistens the tissues, and it can also be used as an antidepressant, because anytime we are giving energy to the liver, then their entire body is going to have more energy. The taste is bittersweet. The energy is cool. Like I said before, great for liver cirrhosis, great for hepatitis, and also really great for fatty liver. In fatty liver, basically that's just all the dead liver tissue cells. And what milk thistle is going to do is regenerate those back into healthy, functioning liver cells. The only caution I've heard about, and I'm not completely sold on this, but according to MD Anderson Cancer Center, large doses of milk thistle can counteract the effects of chemotherapy, which means milk thistle is actually working on the liver, or it would not be counteracting the effects of chemotherapy. So as an herbal standpoint, we're like, yes, this herb actually works, because doctors are afraid it's going to lessen the effects of chemo. So if you are relying on chemotherapy as part of your regimen dealing with cancer, you can still take milk thistle, but maybe more as like a nutritive dose and not a therapeutic dose. So a therapeutic dose, typically the constituents that we're looking for are not going to be extracted in water. So you're going to want to either have a tincture of milk thistle, a standardized extract, which I am not thrilled about standardized extracts, but they are on the market. And it is one of the most common ways that people take milk thistle, so we will cover it. Or you can just grind milk thistle and use it as a powder. And if you are taking chemotherapy, the best way, I think, is to grind it as a powder and just put maybe 1 to 2 teaspoons on your food a couple times a day. And that's going to help strengthen the liver, but it's not going to have, it's not going to counteract the effects of your chemotherapy. If you take it as a tincture, you want to take 1 to 3 mils 3 to 4 times a day. If you take it as a standardized extract, which means that they have taken the active constituents out of Psyllium, which is silymarin or psilocybin, and there's another one. They would normally say this is a standardized extract of just the psilocybin. And then when you look at that, you really want to take about 420 milligrams of the extract daily. So again, whenever we're talking about standardizing, we're talking about a super concentrated chemical constituent. So you're working in milligrams, you're not working in grams. So we know milk thistle has been shown to regenerate liver cells. It can protect against hepatitis and cirrhosis. But if you wanted to treat cirrhosis, you would have to stop drinking or stop being around the environmental toxin that's causing the cirrhosis in the first place. It will lower fat deposits in the liver. And it is the one thing that we know that can counteract the toxicity of the death cap mushroom. So some of these mushrooms, they say there is no antidote. There actually is an antidote, and that would be a large dose of the milk thistle tincture. And like I said, if you just want generalized liver health and you don't actually need to treat cirrhosis or fatty liver, you just want to grind a few teaspoons or tablespoon of the seeds and put into your yogurt, your smoothie, or on top of your salads. And it tastes really nutty. The flavor is really good. And the effects will just be more energy, better sleep, and a general overall better disposition.